In this one, we're going to have a look at Andrew Wilson debating Misfit Patriot over Misfit Patriot's definition of woke right. And this is a good one because Andrew Wilson holds Misfit Patriot's feet to the fire over his faction's definition of what the woke right actually is. He does this by applying the same definition given to all the ideals that the founding fathers were about and had proposed. Misfit Patriot then states that Andrew manipulates conversations. He has no real argument, so then he does what everybody does and attacks Andrew's character, which then Andrew brings the conversation back to identity politics and hammers the point home that the fathers did indeed exclude large people groups and did things to serve their own group's interest. I don't want to give away too much, so let's just go ahead and have a look at Andrew Wilson debating Misfit Patriot.
Did they hyper-focus on race?
Again, you're talking about a different time.
Can you just answer my question, dude?
No, if this is your argument, then you're creating a bullshit argument.
Okay, but can you just listen? I'll answer to your cross-examination with yes or no's. Can you do that for me?
Yes, they did, Andrew.
Okay, they did. They hyper-focused on race. Do you think that they engaged in identity politics?
They, again, emphasized individual rights and moral agency. They didn't want.
So that was identitarianism under the axiom of God, right? The axiom of God was our identity as a Christian nation is that we hold these truths to be self-evident under God, that this people group deserves X rights, right?
I agree, yes.
Okay, so then there would be identitarians for sure, and they practiced identity politics for sure, right?
Identity as a nation.
Well, as a people group as well, because not everybody could participate in the nation unless they were part of certain people groups.
You could say that, yes.
Okay, so then what you have established is that our founding fathers were all woke right by your admission.
If you want to try to fit that square peg in that round hole, by your definition, the founders were woke right.
Well, no, you just conceded that every portion of the definition that you gave applies to the founding fathers, which would include George Washington, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So basically George Washington is woke right.
Real quick, if you enjoy content like this and debates, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get back to it.
Yes, Andrew.
Okay.
George Washington is under your definition is woke right.
Well, it's how is it my definition? Did I give you a definition of woke right?
I'm sorry, Andrew. You're right. Under my definition that you utilize you manipulate.
How did I manipulate it? I just applied it. I just applied it.
This is why I had to say this in my opening statement. What you do is you manipulate conversation.
That's not manipulation. It's an argument. Yeah. And what I did was a Socratic method in order to apply your definition and see if you consistently would apply it across the board.
Because you asked me a question over and over again if they engaged in identity politics, and I told you they emphasized individual rights.
But those rights didn't apply to everybody, right?
They fought to get rid of slavery, as opposed to what the woke right now is.
Did they fight to give women? Did they fight to give women rights?
At the time, I don't think so.
No. So the thing is that
they were trying to.
Yeah, but if it is the case that you exclude half of the population, that would be pretty identitarian, right?
There was a focus on race, but it wasn't exclusionary. It
wasn't exclusionary. The focus on race by our founders was not exclusionary. Did you just say that?
I say that they were trying to end slavery by the founding of this country. They were on their way to working towards a society.
No, they abolished international slavery and then kept grandfathered slavery in until all of them were dead.
When we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created,
but not women, right?
Yeah.
And I want to pause right there real quick because I'm curious what you guys think, and you can leave your answer in the comments section. Do you believe when they wrote all men are created equal, do they mean mankind or literally men?
Exactly. You're talking about a different time.
Yeah, again, so not all women. So then it's exclusionary definitionally, right?
If you view this argument through the lens of 1776, my definition and yours can be taken as woke right. If you use this framing tactic.
Yeah, so it's not a framing tactic, it's just applying it. So if I were to say, for instance, would you
you're being reductive.
would
on
you
purpose
consider?
so that you
Well,
can
it's
try to fit a
well,
square peg
yeah,
in
of
a round
course.
hole.
No, I'm just
One at a
reducing. It
time,
is true that I'm
gentlemen.
reducing the argument, but the thing is arguments beg to be reduced so that we can see if they're consistent. When we move back, for instance, if I were to ask you, a lot of the founders, you agree with me, like Thomas Jefferson, were deists, right?
Yeah, there was a couple.
Yeah, they were deists. You wouldn't say that those are Christians, would you?
No.
Okay,
Ben
but
Franklin?
even though that at the time, right, the way that Christianity was practiced in the United States, far different than it is now, but you can still make the application for consistency as to what a Christian was or wasn't. Your idea of woke right is taking a descriptor of behaviors, and then with the descriptor of behaviors, you're trying to assign it a label, in this case, woke right. That's fine to do, but the descriptor needs to apply across all groups. So otherwise, the descriptor is meaningless, doesn't point to anything. Because this descriptor is about behavior. It's just like with the trans movement. If you were to say a woman is a woman, is a woman is a woman, it's an infinite regress. So if I said, Misfit Patriot, what is a woman? You said a woman's anybody who identifies as a woman. You've given me an empty label. It doesn't point to anything. When you say woke right, you're saying this points to a pattern of behavior. If that's the case, then by the metric of this pattern of behavior, all of these guys, our entire founding father, all of them would be woke right.
Sure.
So if that's the case, then who's closer to the ideals of the founding fathers, you or the fucking Groypers?
I would say me, because I don't ask for authoritarian. I don't ask for laws to be changed.
They did.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
They set these laws, right? So we started with, these are the American laws, right? The founders founded the law. They didn't try to change the laws that they founded. They founded the laws that we are supposed to abide by. Okay, so they're trying to change the laws of the founders.
No, they're not. Listen here, like I'll give you an example. And the thing is, I'm not a Groyper, but this is so silly. It's so easy. It's so easy for me to dismantle it.
I said you were woke right adjacent.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying, like, I'm not even a Groyper, and this still is just so easy to dismantle. It makes no sense. So if we go through this, when you say, well, our founders are trying to give us laws we can't dismantle, that's just factually not true. They gave they gave us multiple amendment processes to do this. Like, for instance, we have the 19th Amendment. We have the 18th Amendment, right, which was the prohibition on alcohol. We have, I mean, I could go through line after line. The same thing with the 10th Amendment, which gave states all sorts of appropriate rights to change, including the state religion if they wanted to. So it's like, how could you even make this argument that, well, they want to change laws? Like, so?
Now, I'm glad Andrew made that last point right there, because when Misfit Patriot says they're writing the new laws, they also put in there the fact that we can add amendments and change those laws. So Andrew makes a good point there. Personally, I hate the phrase woke right. I think it's just so dumb and it just doesn't fit in the puzzle. But make sure you let me know what you thought about this video in the comments. Also, like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell. And I want to remind you, you can catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time when I go live with the Jar Openers podcast. Other than that, thank you for watching to the end, and I'll see you guys in the next video.